Welcoming you back here to the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. It is Chatham-Kent Cougar football junior varsities taking on the Twin Cities Predators out of the Kitchener-Waterloo area. And a squib kick to begin this football game. Good position for the Cougars to start off as Evan Wolseley, number 70, jumps on that one and past the 50-yard line. So this is going to be very good field position for Cougars offense. That is led by Jake Anderson. Kelton Evans under center, too.
A good play by Wolseley there. Got a good bounce to grab that ball on. It hadn't even gone 10 yards. He didn't have to snag it, but I think he just figured the ball was in a good position. Might as well grab it, and a great starting position here for the Cougars.
The 51 is where the football is to begin, and they start on the ground right up the middle. Not a lot of places to go there for Ethan Bayless. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And Bayless, your starting running back here this afternoon, as he has played both sides of the ball this season.
Yeah, they've actually, Kevin Pugh telling us before the game that they've moved Bayless from linebacker to running back full-time, so we'll see number 25 a fair bit today.
Matt Wilkinson, linebacker for Twin Cities. Slow to get up, looks to have a lower body injury right at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's going to hurt that Twin Cities defense if it's anything that's going to nag him, because he was the first name that was mentioned when I asked for names on defense to keep an eye on. Matt Wilkinson's name was the first one to come up. Walking off on his own strength, though, that's good. But Wilkinson, the linebacker, one of the leaders of that defense for the Predators.
Cougars picking up 1 yard on 1st and 10. As Ethan Bayless got the carry. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Kelton Evans under center. The Cougars coming to today's game 1-2. 0-3 are the Predators before this afternoon. Back to pass, going deep on 2nd and 9, and just out of the reach of Jake Anderson. And that was a close one. He looked like he had some room to move right to the big house if he was able to snag that one. A good throw from the quarterback Evans, but just a little bit too long. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Boy, that was a good-looking ball there from Kelton Evans as well. Beautifully thrown, but just out of the reach of Jake Anderson. And Anderson, as you mentioned, did have a couple steps on the nearest defender, but just couldn't get there in time.
So 2 and out for the Cougars offense to begin this football game. So they kick it away, and a pretty good kick deep in the Predator zone. Picked up outside the 20-yard line and eluding a couple of tackles, still on his feet, the return man, and finally wrestled down to the ground. And number 24 for the Predators, bringing that one to around the 20-yard line. So that is the starting area for the Twin Cities Predators, getting their first kick of the can offensively. And Justin Henderson under center, quarterback for the Predators. He gets his first shot this afternoon.
Good coverage there from the Cougars special teams. Looked like they initially had the return man down and was able to wiggle out of it, but number 41, Christian Bourbonnais, sticking with it and making the good tackle there, and not great field position to start here for Twin Cities.
At the 18, that's where they start off. And the shotgun, Henderson looking to pass the football. A short pass up to the 25. It is complete. And number 26 able to get that one in here. Tiamo Richards gets the pass from Henderson. So 2nd down and about 4 coming up here.
Good tackle by Colin Hurlbeck, number 88, makes that stop just as the catch is made, so not very many yards after the catch there. That's what you like to see from your defense. Those yak yards will really rack up.
2nd down and 4, quarterback out of the shotgun once again. And they hand it off to the running back, who's got some room along that far side, still on his feet, crossing the 40-yard line, getting up to at least the 40-yard line. Nice run by Josh Gebbe. And that's going to be a first down for the Twin Cities Predators.
Looks like the Cougars came with a blitz that time off the right side and off the right side of that defensive line, and Kitchener-Waterloo just happened to be running it to the other side of that line, so things working out there for the Predators, running the ball to the opposite side of that blitz and getting that first down.
1st and 10 from their own 40. Henderson again handing it off to the running back, and before the running back touches it, play is blown dead. Flag's out.
Yeah, flag on the far side of the field. And it is against Kitchener-Waterloo. Somebody starting a little too early before that snap.
So it backs things up 5 yards. A 1st and 15 coming up now for Twin Cities, based out of Kitchener-Waterloo.
Back them up 5 yards. 1st and 15 from 35.
Third time the Cougars have seen the Predators this weekend in the different classes. Yesterday, Bantams losing a relatively close one of the afternoon, and the varsity squad a 14-6 loss at the hands of the varsity Predators yesterday. So a lot of the purple and white here at the athletic complex this weekend. Once again, they go on the ground, and the Cougars trying to converge on the running back, still on his feet, but finally brought down behind the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. It was handed off to, again, Giebe, who really didn't have a lot of room to move. He sidestepped one tackle, but a couple of more Cougars coming in to tackle him for a 3-yard loss, it looks like.
Great job by number 70, Evan Wolseley, splitting through that offensive line and getting that initial pressure, slowing that running back down enough that his defensive friend's able to jump in and make the tackle for that loss. Great job by Wolseley getting into the backfield.
So a tough 2nd and 18 coming up now for Henderson, the offense for Twin Cities. Quarterback backs up again. Good pressure by the Cougars defense on the quarterback, rolling to his right, looking for someone open downfield, and it goes over top of a bunch of outstretched hands and falls incomplete. So 3rd and very long, 3rd and 18 coming up here, so the Predators have to kick it away. Good pressure and good coverage for the Cougars defensively.
Great job by the defense at Chatham-Kent, not giving Kitchener-Waterloo very much at all. They did gain a first down on that drive, but that was it, and you could almost say that was pretty much negated by the pressure by the defense after they got that first down, driving them back almost 10 yards. They're going to go for it here, it looks like.
No. A little bit of trickery. Quarterback kicking it away. And now the Cougars will let it bounce. No yards penalty coming up here as Ahmed Kanu falls on the football.
Well, that's unless it was Kanu that kicked that ball away. Unless it was Kanu that kicked that ball, he can recover it if he was the kicker.
I believe it was Richards who kicked that one away for Twin Cities.
The referee's talking this one over. I think they just want to verify who it was exactly that kicked it. Although, you know what? They did have a couple of men lined up on side as well, so I take that back. If he was one of the men that was lined up on side, he can recover that. And that's what I believe they were talking about. Although it is the Cougars offense that's out there right now, so it looks like Chatham-Kent's going to keep this football. But again, if you have a man lined up behind the kicker, they can recover the football.
Ball placed at the 52-yard line of the Cougars.
No yards penalty.
It was a no yards flag against the Twin Cities Predators. Cougars will have it very close to midfield as they will take over offensively for the 2nd time this afternoon. Not much working for the first go-round. And Kelton Evans, quarterback, and the rest of the offensive crew back at it here on the field. 9:47 to go in the opening quarter. And Little screen pass off to the right, crossing midfield and stepping out around the 52-yard line of Forest City. And number 6, Nolan Ball, bringing that one in from Kelton Evans. So good pickup on first down, about 6 or thereabouts.
I like that call, too, on first down. Give Jake Anderson a nice, easy throw to make after they narrowly missed on that long bomb the first drive. Give Jake Anderson something, get his confidence, an easy completion, and pick up nice amount of yards on first down.
A manageable 2nd and 4 coming up here as they hand it off to the running back, but the defense of KW stopping them right there, and Ethan Bayless getting his 2nd carry of the afternoon, and again, unable to get up to the line of scrimmage, dropping a couple of yards. So 3rd and 6 right from midfield.
Apparently Matt Wilkinson feeling better. If you remember on the last defensive series for Twin Cities, he had to hobble off the field, but so you mentioned he's one of the leaders of that defense, and that time he just shoots the gap and makes a great tackle in the backfield. Looks like the Cougars going for it here.
Midfield, 3rd and 6. As Evans rolling to his right, looking for somebody downfield. Wide open, he's got a guy and a completion. Heading towards the end zone on a 3rd and 6. It's a touchdown for the Cougars as Clay Shreve found himself wide open and a nice pass from Evans. And what a gamble that was. It pays off for the Cougars. They strike first, now up 6-0.
55-yard touchdown passing catch, and boy, was there a breakdown on defense there. Somebody forgot their assignment because 81, Clay Shreve, wide open. Those are always the toughest ones to catch, too, because you know there's nobody around you. And you're just thinking to yourself, I don't want to get embarrassed and drop this football, and Shreve doesn't drop it. An easy pitch and catch there, and the Cougars first to get on the board in this football game.
Trying to make it a 7-point game. And the Cougars
Point after attempt is no good.
do not make it 6-0, but still an impressive comeback offensively after a big 2-and-out first go-around. Nice connection from Kelton Evans as he finds Clay Shreve on a 3rd and 6 gamble. So 6-0 the Cougars. Looking good there offensively. .8:41 left in the clock here in quarter number 1. Beautiful afternoon at the athletic complex here in Chatham-Kent. Moe Bari will kick this one off. Line drive kick and a good one. Retrieved it around the 15-yard line. Good return here for Twin Cities, all the way up to the 45 and the 46-yard line. And number 15, Romy Simpson, with a pretty nifty return for Twin Cities, so they get some decent field position, trying to answer the Cougars after they score a major just seconds ago.
A good tackle there by David Nethersall to just hold on, because if number 40 doesn't get there to make the tackle, that one maybe goes all the way to the house. Romy Simpson was a name that came up as well when I was speaking with the coaching staff for Twin Cities, the kick returner who we just saw. He is dangerous and fast, they tell me, and you saw that speed right there.
Justin Henderson back to work for Twin Cities. Receives the snap, goes downfield, and wide open was his receiver, and just flat out dropped it. So a bit of a break there for the Cougars. 2nd and 10 coming up. He had his man, and the receiver just couldn't corral it.
I think that might have been Romy Simpson again, the kick returner who we just saw. He's going to want to have that one back because that was a nice throw by Justin Henderson. Hit him right in the numbers, just couldn't squeeze it and pull it in.
So 2nd and 10 for Twin Cities coming up here in a 6-0 game for the Cougars. Junior varsity action here this afternoon with TV Coach Co. Anderson out of the shotgun. He fakes it off to the running back, finds his man along the near side, and this is going to be first down and a whole lot more for Twin Cities, snagged by Deng Chul. And up to the 40-yard line, or very close to it in Chatham-Kent territory. A lot of yards after the catch.
Oh, just an easy pitch and catch there. Just take the snap and throw it to the outside, let your receiver make the grab and make something happen, and he did just that. Chul just makes the first defender miss with his speed, runs right down the sidelines before eventually being dragged down, but a nice gain by Twin Cities and a big first down.
The 43 is where they mark it. 1st and 10 here for Twin Cities. Anderson again out of the shotgun, backs up, looks for a receiver along to the left, and again a case of the dropsies for the receiving core for the Predators, and Bryce Scarrow, the latest receiver to have an easy one right at him. Couldn't hang on, so 2nd and 10 again after a drop on first down.
Yeah, that's tough as a quarterback. Couple of balls on this drive right in the hands of the receivers, and just putting it on the carpet, and that can hurt the confidence and build the frustration in your quarterback. So I'm sure the receivers for Twin Cities going to be looking to make up for that as this game goes on.
Anderson again, back to pass, and that one is well short, hits the turf, and looks like that was intended for Labosco Kirch, number 81. And 3rd and 10 coming up here, so the offense looking kind of frustrated here midway through this first quarter, down 6-0.
Looked like the Cougars came with the pressure off of that left side of the defensive line. Alex Formosa, number 1, blitzing it looked to be, and forcing the errant throw from Henderson, falling short of the short of the receiver with that pressure in his face.
Going for it on 3rd and 10, and some pressure here. Henderson scrambling to his right, looking downfield, finding somebody, and now swatted away by the Cougars. Nice defensive job there for Anderson, who's a threat on both sides of the ball. And some pressure on Justin Henderson by the defense from the Cougars playing a factor there too. Turnover on downs.
Nice job by the Cougars quarterback slash safety, Jake Anderson, that time, making the play. And that's a good job by Anderson too, getting up there and getting that ball at its highest point, because the receiver waiting for that ball to come down. Anderson does a good job of getting his hands on it, and it falls incomplete. Anderson showing his athleticism there, and he's shown us that at the position of quarterback for sure, with his ability to run as well.
Great versatility as the Cougars back on offense, and this one just lobbed up and an easy interception for Twin Cities. And number 39, Erwin Gazuli. It was just him and the football, so not exactly sure where Evans was throwing that football. Didn't look like he was under that much pressure. He just threw that one up in an easy pick there. So that was a very short work on that drive offensively for Chatham-Kent.
My apologies. I think I mentioned the wrong name earlier. At the position, it's Anderson that plays the receiver slash safety. And Anderson.
Anderson's had a few snaps, though,
yeah,
so I don't think
has,
you're entirely wrong.
But Anderson, it looked like there was some miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver there. The receiver, Anderson, there. He stopped his route after the snap. It looked like it was supposed to be just a quick pitch and catch, but looks like Kelton Evans expected him to run up the field. Oh, and there's a fumble, and the Cougars recover.
Some sloppy football here on both sides. And this time around for Twin Cities' first play in the drive, they turn it over. A rough handoff to the running back, bobbled and lost. So just like that, neither team wants the football, it appears, here late in this first quarter. With under 5.5 to play, and the Cougars certainly will take it. They're back with the football now.
Well, these teams are going to get winded just from running off the sidelines.
Evans trying to find his man. Anderson! He's got some room! And he's going into the big house. It's a touchdown for the Cougars. Great passing play from Kelton Evans to Jake Anderson. Again, their first play of that drive. As Anderson saw nobody in front of him and some pretty good speed, and he goes right to the end zone for the touchdown and a 12-0 lead for Chatham-Kent here in the first quarter.
60-yard touchdown passing catch, and to be honest with you, it looked like that was the play that they were trying to run the previous set of downs. When they threw that interception, it looked like they had some miscommunication between Anderson and Kelton Evans. That time they get on the same page, they run the exact same play. This time they're on the same page, and it goes for a touchdown.
And once again, the point after does not work, so it is a 12-0 lead here for the Cougars, but things not working too badly here for Jake Anderson, Kelton Evans, and Clay Shreve, who had the other touchdown catch just a few minutes ago. Offense looking pretty good here early on. We're 5:04 away from the end of the first quarter, and already a 12-0 lead for the Cougars. The defense looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's pretty safe to say that Kelton Evans throws a pretty good deep ball because he's got touchdown passes of 55 and 60 yards, and both balls right on the money. And then we saw one earlier that just missed connecting with Jake Anderson. That would have been a long bomb as well. So I think the receivers like that long ball that Kelton Evans throws, and we've seen that in a couple of touchdowns here already in this game.
Certainly has worked so far in this football game. And Ibari again to kick things off. Line drive, and it goes off of the hands of Canu. Still picked up by Twin Cities. And a good return here past the 45-yard line. And that will be the starting point. Simpson was the return man for Twin Cities. So 45-yard line in their own end of the football field. That's where they will begin. They've got some work to do, down 12-0 to Chatham-Kent.
Nice return there from Romy Simpson for Twin Cities after one of the up men in front of him had to go off his hands. This Cougars defense has done a good job so far in this first half.
Different quarterback here for the time being for Twin Cities. Handed off to number 71, Giebi, again with the running back duties. Didn't get much there as Tate Goose taking that snap. Justin Henderson playing quarterback up until at least that point. But number 12 in for that play at least, and Tate Goose.
Nice job there by Kenny Levesque on the edge. Takes the running back's feet right out from under him. No gain on the play. That's what you like to see from your defense. If you got a good tackling defense, that'll certainly help your cause.
And Goose again with the toss. That one complete to the 50-yard line, and a big run after the catch. Some good speed there from Romy Simpson. He gets all the way to about the 40-yard line, maybe inside the 40 of Chatham-Kent. And big first down there for the Predators. About 3.5 to play in quarter number one.
Yeah, Romy Simpson, number 15, he's proven to be dangerous so far, returning kicks, and then now as a receiver, he's certainly got some speed, and if you give him some space, he'll definitely hurt you.
Goose once again handing it off on the ground, and what looked to be a run only to the line of scrimmage. Running back remains on his feet, turns the corner off to the right and gains some more yardage.
Well, you mentioned the changing quarterback for Kitchener-Waterloo. Tate Goose in there now at quarterback, and what I was told before the game was that Goose is more of a pocket passer, whereas their starting quarterback, Justin Henderson, more of the athletic type, but deciding to go with the pocket passer here on this drive seems to be working so far.
Goose again after that 6-yard gain on the ground. They will get the remaining yards in the air, and a first down coming up here. A successful completion to Simpson from Goose.
Well, it looks like Romy Simpson and the quarterback Tate Goose have something going here. Consecutive plays where they connect.
Up to the Cougars' 24-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in quarter number one. Early lead here for the Cougars, up 12-0 as things working for them offensively. And now with the change in offense for Twin Cities, they're looking to make a dent in this lead. Again, they keep it on the ground. And it looks like Shand, who had the carry that time around. We have called his name certainly in months and years past, as Tavian Shand has been working his way through the different classes of football with the Twin Cities Predators organization, and we've seen some big games from Tavian Shand in the past.
Oh, we certainly have Griffin Peltier with the tackle there, but Tavian Shand, yes, we've seen him run circles around defenses, as you mentioned, climbing through the ranks of travel football and playing down here in this region. He is certainly a threat, but we understand he's a little bit nicked up.
And Goose heading to the air that time around. Looked like that was intended for Canoe, and that was a little bit wide. Falls to the turf, incomplete, and one Cougar is injured at the 30-yard line.
Injury timeout on the field.
And I think that is Evan Woolsey. Number 70, he's down right now on his knees. That would be a tough thing defensively for the Cougars to have to deal with if he was out for any length of time here. Evan Woolsey getting looked at by the training staff. Big 3rd and 5 will be coming up here for Twin Cities, and that does not look
you don't like
overly
to see
promising. He is now putting some weight on that. Appears to be the left leg that is a problem for Woolsey.
Yeah, not sure if it's an ankle or a knee, but
certainly gingerly walking off the field with a little bit of help.
Yeah, you never like to see a player pop up and hold one leg in the air while trying to walk on the other. It's not a good sign. We'll keep an eye out, see if Woolsey comes back into this game. Hopefully he's all right.
Field goal attempt here for Twin Cities, down 12-0, a 3rd and 5 from the 19-yard line. And kick is up, and it is through. So the Predators are on the board, down by 9 points now. It's 12-3 with 43 seconds to go in this first quarter. An overall successful first quarter here for the Cougars, and a good job defensively to keep the Predators to 3 points, because it looked like they certainly had higher aspirations with the quarterback change.
Yeah, they did, and you know what? It's tough to argue the quarterback change now, I guess, because they did have that success on that drive. But Justin Henderson, who started at quarterback, was guilty of some drops from his receivers. So some might say, it wasn't necessarily his fault, but the coaching staff making the change, and it paid off right there with a promising drive that ended with the 3 points.
Possibly just a wake-up call to his team. Able to at least get a few points on the board now. It's a 12-3 lead for the Cougars. They'll get the football before the end of this first quarter. I think the Cougars coaching staff saying, hey, be aware, this could be another squib kick here.
They're overloading that far side again. And there it is.
There it is. Bouncing football, and it is picked up by the Cougars at the 45-yard line. And it looks like Marr was the one who was able to snag it. So again, the Predators tried to do a little bit of trickery there to get that football back after they have a little momentum after the last drive.
Yeah, I guess Twin Cities coaching staff has a lot of confidence in that defense, because you're giving up a fair bit of field position. Obviously, the Cougars starting at their own 45 here. Pretty good starting point.
Back to pass. Evans finds his man. It's Anderson along that far side, and able to get to around the 49, maybe the 50-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down, so 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6.
This will be the final play of quarter number 1. And a pivotal play here on 2nd and 6. Evans going to the air, trying to find his man streaking down that far sideline, but a little bit too far over top of the head of Desi Rush by about 5 yards or so. So well out of his reach, and it falls incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 6 now from close to midfield. So we'll see what the Cougars decide to do as the second quarter will begin. And the two teams switching sides. In a 12-3 lead for the Cougars after quarter number 1.
Don't forget, folks, Mrs. Osborne's making her way around the crowd with a 50-50 ticket. Yesterday's jackpot prize was $160. Let's see if we can beat that today.
Good looking day out here for football. Wind not too strong out there, a little bit humid, but real nice sunny day here at the athletic complex.
It's been a beautiful weekend ushering in summer 2014. Been lucky with Mother Nature, and the Cougars will kick it away. And a good kick. Falls around the 30-yard line, and big crunch at the 35. Simpson with the return, brought down by a couple of Cougars on special teams. And down by 9, the Twin Cities Predators have the football back.
Oh, pretty good pop there. You could hear that one from up here. I think that was Nate Krieger in on that hit.
And I think he might have had some help from a teammate there. That was, that was very loud. It was a big hit from all the way up here. You could notice that for sure as we are underway in this second quarter. Predators defense stopping the Cougars last time around. A 2-and-out.
Oh, we've got a timeout here. You could hear it. You could hear it being called all the way up here. Chatham calling timeout. Not sure if they had a problem with their alignment. They were missing somebody.
Cougars 1-2 coming into this football game here, trying to get back to 500 with a win this afternoon. And on the other side, the Twin Cities Predators out of KW looking for their first victory. And they are 0-3.
Who I think are now at 4-1. It's going to be a very entertaining Saturday afternoon. Showdown does begin at high noon next Saturday.
And off to the running back and crossing the 45 to run the 47. Good run by Davian Shand as he finds a seam right up the middle. And that will move the chains for the Twin Cities Predators as Shand gets his legs underneath him, and we could see a big game out of him. We certainly have in the past, as we have mentioned. Very talented young running back in Tavian Shand.
Yeah, as I mentioned, coaching staff telling us that Tavian Shand is a little bit nicked up, so that's why you won't see as many carries for him. But boy, oh boy, the Cougars, I'm sure they don't want to see a healthy Tavian Shand. He has shown us in the past when they've come in here that he is extremely talented and very dangerous.
Once again, they keep it on the ground and close to midfield, get to around the 54, and Shand again getting more and more carries as the second quarter wears along here. So if this is a banged-up Tavian Shand, as you mentioned, Michael, a 100% healthy Shand could run for 300 yards in a game, maybe.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I remember a game that we called where we thought maybe he had 300 total yards. He is that dangerous, extremely talented football player at that running back position. And as I mentioned, if you're a Cougars defender, you definitely don't want to see Tavian Shand at 100%.
Once again, Goose is at the quarterback position. And a big stop there on the ground by the Cougars defense Right back to the line of scrimmage was Tavian Shan, so a big stop there on the D for the Cougars. And that's going to bring up a key 3rd and 5 here right at midfield. That 3rd straight run from Shad, not nearly as successful as the previous 2. The Cougars will take it.
No, great job by Dylan Foster and Tyler Johnson in the middle of that defensive line, numbers 90 and 85, just swallowing Shan up right in the middle of the line.
And they're going to go for it here right from midfield. Goose looking to pass it along to his left, and that goes over top of the intended receiver. And Shand was the intended receiver going to the quarterback's left. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, so the Cougars get it right back at midfield. And you can't do much better than that for the Cougars defense.
No, it was a good job by number 43, Kenny Levesque. He read the play and got his body in between the quarterback and the receiver, who was Shan at the running back position, and made it a tougher throw for the quarterback, and that's why you saw that one sail a little bit and fall incomplete. Levesque gets in the way and gets in that passing lane, makes it a tougher throw, and forces it over the head of the intended receiver, and the Cougars take over on down. So good job by Levesque.
Approaching the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. 12-3 Cougars with the lead. Evans at quarterback, shotgun position, gets the football, and it is batted down at the line by the D of Twin Cities. 2nd and 10 coming up here.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 from midfield.
Once again, Evans in the air, and nobody in front of the receiver for the Cougars. Another major score as Nolan Ball takes the Evans pass to the house, and the 3rd touchdown of the afternoon for the Cougars. And on every touchdown, we saw a fairly long pass from Evans and nobody in front of the receiver. So the Cougars getting pretty good at that on offense here this afternoon. And more distance between them and Twin Cities. It is now an 18-3 lead for Chatham-Kent.
Boy, oh boy, that's the 2nd breakdown that we've seen like that go for a touchdown. Nobody in the vicinity. Nolan Ball, just an easy throw and catch, and he takes it to the house. That's a 2nd 55-yard touchdown pass from Kelton Evans in this game.
And that time the point after is a good one, so it is now 19-3.
That'll make the score Chatham-Kent Cougars 19, Twin City Predators 3.
And we're only 3.5 minutes into the second quarter, so the offense still rolling pretty well here for the Cougars. And as you mentioned, Mike, they'll take those defensive breakdowns all afternoon.
Oh, they certainly will. I mean, if somebody's going to give it to you, you got to take advantage. And credit to the Cougars offense taking advantage of it. Kelton Evans throwing a nice ball, and the receivers pulling it in and jogging in basically for the touchdown. 2 touchdown passes of 55 yards each, and then another of 60 yards. So pretty impressive so far just on the touchdown receptions. You add up that yardage, I'm no math whiz, but that's about 170 yards total on 3 touchdown catches.
And here we are, 3.5 minutes into the second quarter, so those numbers can easily balloon if it continues on this course. And the Cougars defense doing a pretty darn good job so far here too, limiting Twin Cities to just a field goal. But again, you gotta have to watch the running game with Tavian Shandy starting to warm up a little bit here in the second quarter. And don't discount the quarterback, Tate Goose, who took over for Henderson beginning of the second quarter. They have a quarterback change, and it seems to be a little re-energizer offensively for Twin Cities, who have a good return here, turning the corner and getting some room. This could go all the way. Number 71 for Twin Cities. It is a touchdown on the return for Josh Gabby, who has actually seen some running back action in this game.
Number 71, Josh Gabby on the kickoff return for a TD.
And 6 points there for Gebby. So how's that for an answer?
Well, yeah, that'll work. We were told Josh Giebbe had lots of speed at the running back position, and obviously has a lot of speed at the kick returner position as well. Just outruns the coverage of the Cougars. A couple of them look to have him wrapped up, but credit to Giebbe, keeps those legs moving and fights off a couple of would-be tacklers, and then just outruns the rest of the special teams unit of the Cougars and takes it to the house and keeps Twin Cities in this one.
So the kickoff directly after the Cougars touchdown results in a Twin Cities Predators touchdown as they try to answer with maybe a couple of points here. After the TD, trying to get into the end zone, and a little trickery, misdirection, and that works out for Henderson and the Predators.
He scores for the 2-point conversion.
And they kind of upstage the Cougars that time around as they get 8 points with the 6-point TD and the 2-point conversion. And it's now an 8-point game with 19-11.
Yeah, well drawn up play there. The quarterback has the option to throw it to the receiver on the far side or run it in, and just uses that speed, and the defensive back is stuck in no man's land. If he covers the receiver, then it's a wide open lane for the quarterback to run in. If he comes up on the quarterback, he throws it to the receiver, and defensive back forced to stay with the receiver, and hopefully one of his teammates can help out on defense, but nobody able to get there in time, and they get the 2-point convert.
We have ourselves a pretty tight football game here. Still 11-17 left to go in the first half.
Well, we haven't seen a true kickoff yet from Twin Cities. They've gone with the squib, and they're going to overload that far side again. So the Cougars move up, anticipating the short kick.
And here it is once again, and this might work in the favor of the Predators as that gets bobbled right at midfield. And it does look like the Predators have the football after, again, that squib kick works for the first time this afternoon. So they keep at it until it works for them. And things getting a little dicey here for the Cougars. Now their lead down to 8. And Twin Cities get the football right back after their touchdown.
Well, you got to figure you can feel the momentum shifting here over to the Predators side of things after that kick return for a touchdown, then the successful squib kick. And as you mentioned earlier, too, Tavian Shan starting to heat up. Cougars need a big play here from their defense.
Ball the 53-yard line of Twin Cities. They have the football back yet again on a very high snap. Brought down by the quarterback, given to Shan, but really nowhere to go as the Cougars defense had an extra second or two to work with there, that very high snap. So Shan didn't have much of a chance there, and he might have even lost a yard and a half.
Yeah, Formosa comes in from the outside spot there to make the tackle.
Losing 2 there, so it's 2nd and 12.
And as you mentioned, Mike, that high snap, that's enough to throw off your timing and slow that play down just enough to give the defense a chance to get there, and that's exactly what they do. Formosa with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Pivotal 2nd and 12, another very high snap for Goose as he throws it up in the air. 3 Cougars in the vicinity and almost picked off by Eric Penny. As there were 3 Cougars right there on the football. Penny just bobbled it, falls to the turf, but it is an incomplete pass, and that does bring up 3rd and 12 for Twin Cities.
Yeah, good coverage there from the Cougars. As you mentioned, 3 defenders in the vicinity. Penny gets his hands on it, but unfortunately not able to squeeze it.
And you think here the Predators will kick it away, but they've used a little bit of trickery in this football game already here, so we'll see what happens. You can never be too sure. Certainly with the momentum still on the side of Twin Cities. High snap again, flag comes out, kick is up. And it is fielded by the Cougars along that far sideline. Now reversing course. And down about the 29-yard line. Ibari with the return doesn't get too much. We'll see the flag.
Yeah, it looks like it's going against Twin Cities here. Too many men on the field for the Predators, so they're going to kick this one over again.
So that is 10 yards backwards, so that's going to make it 3rd and 22 now. 41-yard line. Ibari again back there for the return. Very high kick. Ibari gets under it, and he bobbles it. Still loose, and it looks like Ibari got the football back. And again, some tense moments there as both teams having their share of bobbling the football late in the first quarter, early in the second here, but Ibari does retain possession for the Cougars, nursing an 8-point lead. 9:13 to go. It's 19-11.
Yeah, Mo Ibari able to jump on that one after it falls through his hands. A little unfortunate. You'd like to see him pick up a little bit more than that after the penalty, but nonetheless, retaining possession certainly more important than a few extra yards.
They keep it on the ground on 1st and 10. Just crossing the 45-yard line on the ground. Maybe a gain of 2. And I believe Marr pushed it across the 45 to around the 46. So 2nd and 8 coming up here.
Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Second and 8. Back to pass and over top of the receiver and almost intercepted as Evans' pass intended for Anderson. High over top of everybody's head, but again in the vicinity. Looked like that was Sterling defensively for the Predators. He had an equal chance to intercept that one, but it falls incomplete to the ground. So 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Cougars.
And I think Anderson was just able to get his hand on it a little bit, which was a good thing because that ball looked like it was headed straight to one of the defenders for Twin Cities. So Anderson able to get that hand on the football.
Cougars having to punt this one away. It comes down around the 30-yard line. And it is returned to the 45, and a big hit bringing number 15, Rami Simpson, to the turf. Around the 45, that's where Twin Cities will begin, Michael.
Yeah, sorry about that. Ethan Bayless with the big hit and tackle. Number 25, as we mentioned, moved from the linebacker position to running back. Now they're going to sort out the laundry that was on the field. It was thrown just as the ball was coming down to the receiver, and it looked like there might have been a player from Twin Cities that was trying to get off the football field and not sure he made it before the snap. Oh, now they're saying no flag.
Flag is being picked up. Twin Cities will begin at their own 45-yard line.
$7:54 to go in the first half. A pretty good football game so far. 19-11, the Cougars with the lead. 3 touchdown passes for Kelton Evans to this point. Back to the original quarterback for Twin Cities. They headed off to the running back, passing midfield to around the 53 of the Cougars.
Number 71 on the carry.
And that time it was Josh Giebi, but back to Justin Henderson. He is back under center after most of this second quarter was handled in the quarterback position for Tate Goose. So Justin Henderson started the game, Goose relieving him, and now back to Henderson.
Nice run there from Josh Giebi for Twin Cities, who had the earlier kickoff return for a touchdown that seemed to get Twin Cities back into this football game.
Henderson takes the snap, and again they keep it on the ground and nowhere to go for the running back Giebi there, right at midfield. And that looks like it might have been a loss of as much as 3 yards there.
Nice job by Quentin Forgy. Big 99, shedding the blocker and then just swallowing up the running back, driving him backwards.
Looks like they say his forward progress got him to the 53, but they did still lose a yard on that run.
You love to see that from your defensive line, just eating up running backs in the middle of those trenches.
Under 6 to play in the second quarter. And Henderson with some big pressure. A couple of Cougars in the vicinity. He has to get the football away very quick, and he just throws it away. And the closest receiver was Giebi, but a long way from the football. And that brings up 3rd down and 11. So again, the Predators have to kick it away.
Nice draw by Levesque, number 43 for the Cougars. Reading pass and then avoiding the block from the running back and forcing that errant throw. Basically the quarterback just getting rid of the football to avoid the sack. And it's exactly what you draw that play up for. Get pressure on the quarterback and force them to waste a down. And you expect Kitchener-Waterloo to kick this one away here. Although, as you mentioned earlier, Mike, some trickery that we've seen from Twin Cities so far, you just never know.
And they do kick it more vertically than for distance. And again, they're having problems hanging on to the football. And Moe Bari, it wasn't pretty, but he retains possession. He is able to fall on it once again. Bari having a little bit of difficulty catching that football out of the air on the punt.
Yeah, the second consecutive ball that we've seen Abari put on the turf. Both times he was able to jump on it and recover it, but I'm sure the coaching staff will be wondering what's causing him any problems so far.
Pass to Jake Anderson is complete. Past the 40-yard line, trying to scamper to the 45. Doesn't quite make that yard marker, but still around the 42 at least. That will be close to a 1st down.
It's a nice throw and catch there from Kelton Evans to Anderson to make that snag, and that's not an easy catch to make either. It was a well-placed football away from the defender, and Anderson forced to turn his hands over to make that grab.
2nd down, and it looks like a short 2 here for the Cougars from the 42-yard line.
We've got a timeout from the Cougars here.
Last couple of drives haven't worked out offensively for the Cougars. I'm sure they'd like to keep the chains moving here and maybe score with this drive to get some more space between them and Twin Cities. It was once a 19-3 lead. And Twin Cities have made this fairly close football game within 8, 4:52 remaining in the second quarter. Cougars looking to go back to the 500 mark with a victory. They're 1-2, 0-3 are Twin Cities coming in. Junior varsity action.
Yeah, Yeah, the Cougars picking up their first victory last weekend in Sarnia with a 23-0 victory. And boy, heartbreak for this Twin Cities team last weekend. They were in London and had the ball first and goal with no time left on the clock, one play to run, and London stopped them on the goal line. They ended up losing that game 17-11.
Now they pitch it off to the running back. Cougars trying to get that first down. Looks like they will. Nice job for the Cougars on the ground. And Bayless, number 25, getting the honors there.
And you have to remember, Bayless coming from that linebacker position. He's not going to be afraid to put his head down and get some contact as he runs that football.
It's a force to be reckoned with. Good pickup on second and short. Chains moved, 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. And an 8-point lead. Once again, they keep it on the ground. Bayless getting the honors once again, and he just passes the 50-yard line, so close to a 4-yard pickup there. Up to the 51 in Cougar territory.
Yeah, Cougars going to be looking to regain the momentum of this football game. They had that big lead, then a couple big plays from Twin Cities, and that big touchdown return that they had. And certainly the Predators had strangled away the momentum. The Cougars now, if they can get something going on offense and take that momentum back heading to halftime, that would be big.
Here's Evans going to the air, and this one is going to fall incomplete. Intended for Nolan Ball, and covered nicely by Daniel Sterling.
Sterling coverage from Daniel there.
He's here all night, folks. One-liners from Mike James.
And Nolan Ball was well covered, and they just got their feet tangled up a little bit. So no penalty flag.
It's a 3rd down and 7, ball at the 51-yard line. Cougars looking to punt this one away from the 40-yard line. End over end, it comes down around the 30-yard line. And now they've made it to as far as the 50-yard line, still on his feet. Only one more to beat here, still on his feet. Helmet comes off past the 45-yard line of the Cougars. And Simpson with a great job there.
Boy, Romy Simpson is dangerous, isn't he? And boy, does he ever have some speed.
Helmet comes flying off, and he's still competing for more yards there.
Yeah, the referees, of course, having to blow the whistle as soon as that helmet comes off. He tried to duck under the would-be tackle of, I think it was Anderson for the Cougars, number 5, and that helmet popped off. Just trying to figure out now what's going on with this flag. No penalty on the play. Whatever it was that they'd thrown the flag for, they discuss it and say there was no foul. So that big return from Twin Cities puts them in pretty good field position here with not a lot of time to go here in this first half.
Under 3 to play. And again, they change quarterback, and Tate Goose is, for the 2nd time, back under center. His pass to his left falls incomplete.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 from Chatham-Kent's 42-yard line. We're now into the 3-minute warning.
2:46 to play, 3-minute warning here. And the offense for Twin Cities still kind of a carousel between Henderson and Goose at the quarterback position. Snap taken by Goose as he swings a pass out to his left, a short pass, and the Cougars able to stop them just inside the 40-yard line.
Good tackle there by Kenny Levesque.
Tripped up by Kenny Levesque. Chris Osborne in on the stop.
3rd down, still 8 yards to go here at the Cougars' 42-yard line.
40-yard line.
the Cougars sending a return man back, but I have a feeling that Twin Cities is not going to punt this ball away.
Give you that impression, but no, they're going to go for it here on 3rd and 8. Quarterback back to pass, and a high pass, and just off the fingertips of the intended receiver as Goose tried to find his man up the middle. And it almost worked out, but just out of the reach of the intended receiver, and I think that might have been Richards if I see correctly.
Well, it was a fantastic play by David Nethersall, number 40, who laid the hit just as the ball got to the receiver. And you can see the receiver still kind of gingerly walking back to the sidelines because he was hit just as that ball hit his hands and took a pretty good lick from Nethersall. Fantastic play from number 40 for the Cougars defense, and prevents a first down there for Twin Cities and gives the offense the football.
Was Tiamo Richards where that pass was intended for, and luckily for the Cougars, falls to the turf, and they take over. On 1st and 10, they leave it on the ground, and Ethan Bayless, he is 1 on 4, it appears. And he is tripped up, so 2nd down here, under 2 minutes to play. Dropping only a few inches there, so effectively back to the line of scrimmage is what he got. So 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, not a lot of room to run there. Good job by the defensive end, just coming up and swallowing up Bayless. This Twin Cities defense is really stiffened up here in this second quarter.
Bit of a different football game than the first quarter for sure, as they go to the air, and this one falls through the hands of Desi Rush. Kelton Evans again trying to make something happen along the near sidelines, falling incomplete, and 3rd and 10 coming up with still $1:27 left in the second quarter, and the Cougars up by 8.
Yeah, Desi Rush, number 11. That ball looked like it was a well-thrown football from Kelton Evans. He does throw that nice deep ball, and looked like Desi Rush had a shot at it. Almost looked like he was signaling, like his hands were interfered with from with the defensive back as they were battling for the football. We couldn't tell from our vantage point, but no flag on the play, and the Cougars going to punt this one away.
Good strong kick. Back to outside the 30-yard line. Number 37, Austin Dale, with the return past the 45-yard line, past the 50, and darn close to midfield. Over a 20-yard return for Twin Cities. So again, good field position, 70 seconds left to work with in this first half.
This special teams unit of the Twin Cities Predators, very strong. Their return game very, very good, and has really caused some problems for the Cougars in this first half. They've had some pretty big returns, none bigger, of course, than the kickoff return for a touchdown by Josh Giebbe earlier on.
Low snap, but still dug out of the turf, and a pass that is complete to Ahmad Kanu from Tate Goose. And Kanu past the 50-yard line. Not quite enough for the first down, it appears. Still about a yard shy, it looks like. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Once again, they keep it on the ground. Tavian Shan gets the honors this time around, and plenty for the first down. Only had 1 yard to go, and he picks up about 5 or thereabouts. 44 seconds left. Football up to the 42-yard line. Predators taking a timeout.
Yep, give the offense a quick sip of water and figure out your game plan here with under a minute to go in the first half. Twin Cities has really fought their way back into this football game. After trailing, I believe it was 19-3 at one point, but now
it was indeed.
Yeah, now 19-11, and they seem to have gotten better throughout this first half from the kickoff, and their running game is gaining some momentum, and they've completed some passes. Good job by the Cougars defense, though, not letting any of those passes that were completed get behind them, but certainly Twin Cities showing that they've got some talent as well and are a threat.
Setting up to be a pretty good second half of football, but still some work to do here in the first half, and that one is hauled in by Bryce Scarrow. And Tate Goose remains at quarterback for the Twin Cities Predators. 39 seconds to go in the second quarter. Go to the air once again. Wide open was the receiver. And now turning a corner, getting rid of a couple of would-be tacklers. Number 15 for Twin Cities, Romy Simpson. We've called his name a bunch of times here in the first half. And he's able to pick up the first down. Shane's move.
Ball is at the Chatham-Kent 25-yard line. First down.
Yeah, number 44 taking a knee for the Cougars. Nolan Hacker looked like he got shaken up a bit. He was getting set to make the tackle and took a block on the shoulder on his way down to make the tackle, and you could tell he was a little stung after that block, and it was a pretty clean hit from the Twin Cities player, but you could tell it caught Hacker by surprise, and he's shaken up a little bit and now talking to the medic.
Cougars jumping out to a 12-0 lead relatively early on in this football game, early in the first quarter. Predators got a field goal from there. Cougars scoring another touchdown, making it 19-3, but then right after that, off the ensuing kickoff, a return for a touchdown and a 2-point convert tacked onto that too for the Predators, and that's where you are here with a 19-11 score. And Hacker walking off seemingly under his own power and looking relatively okay, which is good news for the Cougars. Very low snap dug out by Goose, heading towards the end zone. He's got an open man. Caught at the 9-yard line and pushed out just before he gets to the goal line. That receiver left wide open for Twin Cities. And Goose finds Giebe. Pardon me, that's Raiden Thorne, 78, who got that one.
Boy, had that ball not hung up in the air so long, he probably would have walked into the end zone, but gave the Cougars defenders just enough time to get over there. But there's no question now, Twin Cities has all the momentum on their side in this football game.
Trying to maybe tie this thing up before halftime. 22 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The 3-yard line, it's first and goal. Handing off to Tavian Shan, trying to knock it past the goal line and does not get there.
Good job by the Cougars D there, right in the middle. And looked like some confusion there. Twin Cities calling a timeout, but the the Predators bring in the big package here for short yardage, situations along the goal line, and line up the big fullback who looks to be a lineman to clear the way, and looked like the timing was just a little bit off there.
Ball is spotted at the Chatham-Kent 1-yard line.
Fullback was maybe just a little bit late getting out of his stance after that ball was snapped, slowing that play down and giving the Cougars perhaps enough time to react and make the tackle.
2 yards for Shand. 2nd and goal from the 1. Looks like Justin Henderson is back now at quarterback. So they've been going back and forth between Henderson and Tate Goose, 13 and number 12 in this first half for the Predators. Henderson there now. Takes the snap, hands it off to, actually he fakes it to Tavian Shand, and that might have cost him because he gets taken down.
Too.
Loses the football, and I think the Cougars have recovered.
Now we do have a flag on the play.
We also have a flag on the play.
With 11 seconds left in this second quarter.
Boy, I'm not sure if there was miscommunication there, and there was the fake handoff. Not sure if Shand was supposed to get that, but Tavian Shand pulled up limp just as he got past the quarterback into the line of scrimmage, and you can actually see him limping out there as he thought he was going to come off the field. We mentioned he was nicked up a little bit earlier. This one, I think, going against the Cougars. Oh, that's a shame. That's a penalty that you hate to have right there. Not that you really like any of them, but the ones where there's a turnover and potential points on the board, those ones really sting.
So that hands the football back to Twin Cities. They get a fresh set of downs. The ball is back at the 1-yard line. 11 seconds left in quarter 2. 19-11, the Cougars have the lead for now. And ultimately, the Preds undoubtedly trying to tie this thing up. Henderson takes the snap himself, trying to push the pack into the end zone, and he does that for the touchdown. 6 points for Twin Cities. And Henderson keeps the ball himself, so now they're within 2 points.
Well, that's a tough one. The quarterback keeps it, and he's got a fullback right behind him who's probably about 250, just pushing the whole pile into the end zone. And Twin Cities now, as you mentioned, within 2 points, and have just taken control of this football game since early in this second quarter, I believe it was, and are on the verge of tying this thing up heading to the halftime.
Henderson to take the snap, and this one's blown dead before Henderson gets the football.
Yeah, I believe this one on Twin Cities probably going to be a little bit too early going here.
It is procedure.
False start on Twin Cities. We'll back them up 5 yards.
So does now this change your plan at all?
Yeah, perhaps a little bit. Likely takes a running play out of your options and pretty much cements a passing play here.
Going to the air and batted down. Good job by the Cougars. Was that Formosa, I think, that got big hand on that one. And the Cougars will maintain a lead. 7.1 seconds to go in the second quarter. And it's a 19-17 lead here for the Cougars, so something to build on perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe give the Cougars a little bit of confidence in the halftime, a little bit of a win there for them. They allow the touchdown, the defense does, but able to prevent the 2-point conversion and keep that Cougars lead intact heading to the half. So a bit of a victory and something to feel good about.
Kicked along the ground, taken by Formosa, and he gets past the 50-yard line. Now a whole host of Twin Cities players taking him down to the 51-yard line, and there's only 1 second left on the clock, so just one play to go before halftime.
Yeah, nice little return there from Formosa. For a moment there, you wondered if he might
Break free.
Yeah, might turn something into that kick return, and did a great job picking up that squib kick.
And this play blown dead right as the snap reaches the quarterback, Evans.
It looks like the Cougars were going to take a shot at maybe completing a pass, but looks like a procedure call against the Cougars. A little bit too early.
So first and 15 here.
Yeah, the danger here obviously is if you do throw a pass and it gets picked off, the potential for it to be returned for a touchdown, but we'll see if they have some trickery here, maybe a little hook and ladder, or just toss one up for grabs.
Here's Evans, final play of the first half. He lobs it up, and it is intercepted by Twin Cities down that far sideline. Still on his feet, heading towards the end zone. And there is a flag down on the field, but for this second anyway, it is a touchdown on the interception by Twin Cities. That's exactly what Mike warned against.
Is it going to be a flag, though, on the block to spring him for the touchdown? Yeah, that's going to negate the touchdown. Oh, yeah, the flag back in the area where the ball was intended for the receivers. So pass interference is the call, not a block.
Going to put the ball to Twin Cities' 49-yard line.
Well, you wonder now, do the Cougars try the same play after that?
Take a knee.
Or
maybe
we'll
just
see.
take a knee.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if they gambled again. Looks like they're going to line up for another passing play.
First and 10. Evans, a much shorter pass this time around. Caught by Christian. Pardon me, Anderson hauls that one in. But that's going to wrap up the first half. Quarter number 2 comes to an end, and a comeback of sorts here for the Twin Cities Predators with 2 consecutive touchdowns. 19-17. They're back to within 2 as we head to the dressing room. So kind of a tale of 2 football games. It looked to be all Chatham-Kent in that first quarter, start of the second quarter, and then the switch was flipped. And then a couple of big touchdowns for Twin Cities.
And boy, it was almost flipped again there on that final play of the first half. But the Cougars head to the half with the lead, and I guess we'll have to see what we see in the second half, because as you mentioned, it was a tale of 2 quarters. We'll see what kind of football game we see in the second half. But both teams have shown that they're threats to score on offense, and it's maybe going to come down to a defensive battle here in the second half to see who steps up to stop the other heading into the end of this football game.
Cougars 19, Predators 17, heading to halftime. Junior varsity action with Chatham-Kent Cougars this afternoon with TV Coach Co. Back with the second half soon. To begin the second half, and the Twin Cities Predators will receive the football. Andy Barry on the kickoff. Brought in at around the 35-yard line. And a good return here, almost up to midfield. And now midfield and beyond. Springing free along that far sideline now. Still on his feet, finally brought down. Great job by Daniel Sterling. As he, I would say that's close to a 40-yard return on the kick.
Boy, the Cougars there, you figure they weren't going to kick it deep because of the threat that we've seen so far from this Twin Cities squad, but clearly they've got some other threats out there as well. And Sterling makes them pay for that short kick, directional kick, and boy, great starting position here for Twin Cities to just keep rolling as they did in the second quarter of that first half.
All the way up to the 20-yard line of Chatham-Kent. And Henderson hands it off once again. And I believe that is Tavian Shand who gets the honors on the ground. 4-yard pickup for Shand.
Good job by that Cougars defense. Keep Shand corralled.
Ball on the 16-yard line. And they keep it on the ground to Tavian Shand, who dodges one tackle, but now this time brought down by Levesque. As Shand tried to reverse course off to his left, but Levesque brings him down.
Great job by the Cougars D there to corral Tavian Shand. He is dangerous. But good pressure there. The initial hit at the line of scrimmage. Shand able to escape, but only just briefly before that. The rest of that Cougars defense rallies to the running back and drags him down. A chance for Twin Cities to take the lead here.
3rd and 5. And Henderson is the young man who kicks it, and it is up and through. And the first lead of the afternoon here for the Twin Cities Predators. And they're up by 1 now, 20-19. So Henderson, who we've seen at quarterback a time or two, sharing the honors with Tate Goose. gets that field goal up and through. So now 20-19 for the visitors.
Well, we'll see how the Cougars respond here. This will be a good sign of their true mettle. You want to see the fight in that Cougars offense, get things rolling again.
They keep it on the ground, picking up a couple of yards. And Brendan Marr with the carry. Looks like a pickup of about 3, so 2nd and 7 coming up.
Gain of 3, brings up 2nd down and 7.
3 minutes into the third quarter. Game has changed quite a bit here. A 19-3 lead has evaporated for Chatham-Kent. The Predators have a 1-point edge right now, so the Cougars have to get back offensively here. They want to get the points fairly quickly, you'd imagine, as they get a reverse off to Jake Anderson. The flag now is out.
I think it's going to be an illegal block in the back here against the Cougars. They had Anderson come from that wide receiver position, come around, take that handoff. And it looked like the receiver on the far side might have had a block in the back on the defensive back for Twin Cities. So Twin Cities, looks like they're going to accept the penalty, so push them back 10 yards and have them replay 2nd down as opposed to making it 3rd down if they decline it in a couple yards. So they apply the penalty, and so it's going to be 2nd and extremely long here for the Cougars.
17 yards to 1st down. And a long pass attempt. Here's Anderson, who tries to get open. Instead, it is intercepted at midfield by Twin Cities. And Sterling gets in the way of that football and hauls it down as Evans is intercepted on 2nd and very long. And midfield, good field position here for the Predators.
Anderson hadn't turned around yet to locate that football and didn't really have a chance to make a play on it before it came down. And Sterling, who had that big return on the opening kickoff, now makes another big play for that Twin Cities defense.
First and 10, up the middle. Pass is caught by number 28. That's Tavian Shand. And he gets about 5 yards on that pass from Henderson.
Good tackle there from Colin Horlbeck. Not letting Shan outrun him.
Brings up 2nd down and 5.
17 unanswered here for the Predators from Twin Cities, the KW area. Second and 4. Henderson out of the shotgun position, tries to find his man open along the near side, and a pass is complete. The yards after the catch will get 1st down and a lot more, as that was hauled in by Deng Chol. As he gets well past the 35-yard line, moving the chains. And again, this offense really finding their stride here for the Predators in the last quarter or so.
And that's a shame, too. A couple missed tackles there from the Cougars would have had him short of the 1st down, but able to wiggle 3 and then drag some would-be tacklers. Well, more than enough for a 1st down, and this Twin Cities Predators offense stays on the football field. This Cougars defense certainly on its heels now.
Up to the 32-yard line of Chatham-Kent. They have to get a stop here. Here's Henderson. A little bit of pressure on him as he rolls to his right. Back to the line of scrimmage. He will keep it and head out of bounds.
Justin Henderson keeps the ball.
Looks like there is a player down.
Injury timeout on the field.
Appears to be a Twin Cities player. Can't see the name along that far side.
Looked like there was a bit of a hold, too, on that last play. Kenny Levesque, number 43 for the Cougars, got into the backfield, but as he was applying pressure to the quarterback, the running back who was back there looked to grab onto his jersey right along that front jersey plate.
Back after the lengthy injury timeout. And we hope that young man from Twin Cities will be all right. Still walking under his, relatively under his own power back to the sidelines after he was seemingly down and out of the field for quite some time. Now a broken play here for the Predators, and just throwing it away was the quarterback Justin Henderson.
Justin Henderson's pass falls incomplete.
And that will bring up third down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2.
The 24-yard line, 3rd down and 2. 8:38 left to go in this third quarter.
3rd and short here. Not sure what kind of range the field goal kicker has, but from the kicks that we've seen so far, I think that should have enough leg.
Going for 3 points here.
Tate Goose, the sometimes quarterback.
And the kick, plenty of leg, and it is good.
1-yard field goal attempt is good.
So now make it 19 straight points for Twin Cities, and it's 23-19. Cougars offense has to get back going here pretty darn soon. Started out really well with a 19-3 lead at one point, and now that's completely gone. 8:16 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, this offense has to find its rhythm again. Just Twin Cities defense has really done a good job containing this Cougars offense. Hasn't been explosive since the first quarter when they jumped out to that big lead, completing some big passes.
Evans hands off to the running back. Good play, finding a seam up the middle past the 45-yard line. And Marr getting the honors that time around. Actually, that's going to be enough for the first down. 11 on the ground for Marr. And that's a good start.
That is a good start, and that's probably the best run I think we've seen so far from the Cougars. And, you know, a good run game can really help out your offense. Takes a lot of pressure off of the quarterback. And I'm sure that would be welcome here if the Cougars could get the running game going in the second half.
Kelton Evans elects to pass it this time around, finds Jake Anderson past the 50-yard line, and he's forced out of bounds at around the 47. And still enough to move the chains on consecutive plays to 2 straight first downs. And they're doing a good job to kind of turn the offense around here and maybe get that lead back if they can keep it going. Kelton Evans, and right before that play begins, a flag comes out, colliding with Brandon Marr too, and this is going backwards 5 yards against the Cougars.
Yeah, unfortunately, just too quick. It looked like a couple of Cougars were a little too fast that time. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion too. Kelton Evans trying to get the call from the sidelines on that previous play.
So 1st and 15 now for Chatham-Kent. Ball at the 52-yard line. They are in Twin Cities territory. Ball is handed off to the running back. A little bit of a seam along to the right. And some positive yardage for Brandon Marr. He gets a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. Still setting up 2nd and fairly long here. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Well, positive yards, you always like to see that. And decent gain there on 1st down, but of course that penalty makes it tough on the 2nd and long. The Cougars look to have something going here on offense if they can get this 1st down.
Overcome the 5-yard penalty. That would give them quite a bit of momentum, but here's a pivotal play. 2nd and 8 as they go to the air. A jump ball. That's knocked down by Twin Cities, intended for Jake Anderson. He was double teamed, and the ball swatted away, so 3rd and 8 coming up.
That was a good play by that defense for Twin Cities. Number 96 getting up to bat that one down. Amadeus Persad. The Cougars looks like they might be going for this one.
Taking a gamble here, 45-yard line in Predator territory. 3rd and 8. Back to pass right up the middle, and he finds his man. This is going to be a 1st down. Spencer Mason gets open and has the reception from Kelton Evans. So there's a gamble, and it certainly pays off. That should lift the spirits of the offense here. The Cougars, again, moving the chains.
Yeah, well done there. Good job by Spencer Mason, just flashing across the middle of the field. And Kelton Evans puts it right on the numbers, hits him right in stride, and pick up the 1st down easily, and then some.
First and 10. And nowhere to go. A sideways pass there from Evans as he finds Clay Shreve, but Shreve was quickly wrapped up by a couple of defenders. And it looked like that went backwards just by a few inches. 2nd and 10. So here you're at the 31-yard line, within field goal range, but you want to get as many yards as you can here. Ideally a 1st down, but you really want to make a fairly big play here. And again, they go sideways along to Jake Anderson. That time around, flag is on the play as he crosses the line of scrimmage with ease. So some positive yards from Anderson off that short catch, and we'll see what the flag brings here. Looks like it's coming backwards.
Yeah, you've got to figure it's probably a block in the back or a hold. And going to be up to Twin Cities here to decide if they want to give the Cougars another shot, push them back, and let them replay 2nd down, or enforce the penalty. Oh, they will enforce the penalty, so push them back 10 yards and replay 2nd down, but that brings up a big 2nd and 20.
And here you might very well be out of field goal range. So again, that is a damaging penalty to take. Cougars down by 4. 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 23-19. On 2nd and 20, here's Evans back to pass, some pressure. He scrambles to his right, tries to find a receiver, and somehow a needle in a haystack. He's able to spot Spencer Mason It is about 5 yards short of the first down, but still a big-time pickup there right when they needed it.
I think actually that one getting spotted maybe about a yard shy of that first down marker.
Oh, wow, that was closer than I anticipated, so that makes it even more enticing here for the Cougars. So it is 3rd and 1, so you're going to go for it here. 19-yard pickup and a quick snap and a quarterback sneak. And
that's enough.
Evans pushes the chains through again, so Cougars seemingly getting themselves into trouble with penalties and digging themselves into a very deep hole, but somehow they find a way to get out of it here in this drive.
Yeah, well done by the Cougars, and this is a much-needed break for that Cougars defense as well. They've been on the field a fair bit since the end of that first quarter. They're getting the blow that they need while the Cougars offense finally starting to get rolling again.
On 1st and 10, they hand it off to Marr, who's now almost quadruple teamed, but still figures to get about 5 on that carry.
Gain of about 5 on the play, bring up second down to 5.
Looks like maybe 6 now, so.
Nice gain on first down.
Yeah, absolutely. So a second and certainly a manageable 4 coming up. Under 2 to play in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 4. Evans hands off to the running back, and they continue to push forward. And again, Mason doing a good job, Spencer Mason, on this drive, and that is going to be enough for a first down as he gets to necessary yards. All the way to the 6-yard line. So 1st and goal coming up now for the Cougars, exactly what they're looking for on this drive.
Yeah, nice drive here from the Cougars. And that Twin Cities defense might be starting to tire now a little bit.
Still some work to do. 1st and goal from the 6. Mason getting the football once again, having some trouble getting back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like he is set back a couple of yards.
Stopped by Ronnie MacArthur. Second down and goal from the 7.
Evans on 2nd and goal, hands off to the running back, and he's got a whole world of trouble. Too many purple and white jerseys, and again, he's set back for a loss. And Brendan Marr tried to turn the corner on the outside along that far side. Didn't work out, so set back a few more yards, bringing up 3rd and goal, but quite a few yards out now.
Yeah, and the concern here has to be that the Cougars have failed on their extra point attempt on 2 of the 3, if I'm not mistaken. And you just wonder if they have some concern with converting this field goal attempt and will maybe go for it. And it looks like they're going to line up to go for it.
What will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and goal from the 9. Will play action fake as they go towards the end zone. And that one was tipped by the Predators. And number 37, Austin Dale, he's had a couple of tips in this game. And this is going to be a turnover on down. So very, very disappointing for the Cougars as they come away with 0 points after they get as close as the 6-yard line. They turn it over at the 9. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. So kind of a bummer, a letdown for the Cougars here. They continue to trail by 4.
And that's a shame, too. That ball intended for Jake Anderson from Kelton Evans. And the defender in front of him just gets up high enough to get a hand on that football. But Jake Anderson had a couple of steps on the nearest defender, but Kelton Evans just unable to get the ball there. If he had just put it maybe a little bit higher, might have been able to get that football to his target, but unfortunately knocked down, and no points taken away from that drive, but certainly some confidence taken away by that Cougars offense. And now let's see if that carries over to the defense here. They've had a good rest, which they certainly needed. They've spent a lot of time on this football field today. We'll see if they respond here after that great possession by the offense that just came up empty-handed.
Yeah, if you can get a quick stop here by the defense and get that football back quickly, very good field position. Maybe rekindle some of that magic that the offense did have in that last drive. Quick pass, though, here. That is complete by the Predators. And number 81 picks that one up. That is Labosco Kirch.
Good job by Eric Penny there with the tackle, as well as Nolan Hacker.
It's a 9-yard pickup, so 1 yard shy of the first down. Ball gets up to the 18. They keep it on the ground, and that will be more than enough to move the chains. And their first down here for Twin Cities. And Shand getting the carry here, but there is a flag, I believe, on the field.
Looks like it's against Chatham-Kent. A face mask call. So that's 15 yards. So just when Twin Cities had some difficult field position, it's negated by a couple of Shan runs and a big 15-yard penalty on a face mask.
And that hurts the most, that face mask penalty. So you tack that on, and all of a sudden the football is at the 37-yard line. And they continue to march. 4-yard lead, or sorry, a 4-point lead for Twin Cities. Just in the opening stages of this fourth quarter, so still plenty of time, but the Cougar defense has to step up here for sure. Now this one falls incomplete over top of the outstretched hands of Chul.
Good job there by Nolan Hacker on the coverage.
On 2nd and 10, bit of a low snap, but recovered by the quarterback. Pass is complete, and good job by the receiver to get lots of yardage. First down and a whole lot more. One guy to beat, and it looked like Hacker was the guy who brought down Scarrow, and a big, big gain for Scarrow. So that is deep now into Cougar territory. And so much for that short drive. Getting the football back for Chatham-Kent is now they are pinned in their territory inside the 25.
Bryce Scarrow, a big target for Twin Cities. 6 feet, 170 at that receiver position.
Pardon me, inside the 30. They're at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. They give it to Shand once again. He had aspirations of going up the middle, but the Cougar defense did a good job there, stopping him pretty close to the line of scrimmage. A very minimal gain. Getting maybe a couple.
Yeah, good job by number 99, 4G, making the tackle close to that line of scrimmage. Cougar's going to have to come up big here on D and hold Twin Cities, you'd think, to it at the very most a field goal. Don't want to get this one, let this one get too far out of hand.
2nd down and 8, pivotal play here. Out of the shotgun again, they give it to Tavian Shand. Finds a little bit of a seam along that left side.
Boy, Tavian Shand is not big. You look at the rest of the players on that football field, he's one of the smaller players, which maybe works to his advantage. Tougher to see through the crowd, but boy, is he explosive. And he doesn't have any problems running in between the tackles either. He's pretty tough. He'll run up inside and fight for those extra yards. And it just always seems like he's bouncing forward, never being pushed backwards, always getting tackled, but always leaning forward, getting that extra yard or two at the end of every run.
He did get enough for the first down, so 1st and 10 up to the 15-yard line. And once again, they go with Tavian Shand. Finds another seam up the middle, just slightly to the right. And a handsome amount of yards there. Looks like he got close to 8 yards on that carry. 2 shy of the first down. Up to the 7-yard line. Once again, they fake to the running back Shand, trying to go along that far sideline. And Chewell was the intended receiver from Tate Goose. Falls incomplete, so a bit of a break there for the Cougars. 3rd down is coming up here from the 7-yard line. It's 2 yards shy of moving the chains more.
Well, it's tough for the defense. I mean, you keep keying in on Tavian Shand because he continues to carry the load here for Twin Cities, but that play action pass so deadly. The receiver was there, but they just couldn't complete the pass. But you just can't help but focus in on Tavian Shand, the amount that he's carried the ball here in the second half.
Going forward on 3rd and 2, finding an open receiver. Can he fall into the end zone? Looks like he's a bit short, but he does get the first down enough to move the chains. And 1st and goal coming up here for the Twin Cities Predators.
Well, there it is again. They go with that play action, the fake the handoff to Tavian Shand, suck the defense in, and then you've got a receiver that's just in the slot wide open, and it's an easy passing catch.
Up to the 1-yard line, just shy of the goal line. Cougars looking for a big goal line stand here. Under 9 to play now. 1st and goal from the 1. Shand getting the football, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And make it a 10-point lead now for the Twin Cities Predators. There is a flag down.
Boy, if you remember, too, this drive started with the Predators in the shadows of their own goal line.
Thinking, hey, maybe the Cougars can get this football back if they make a couple of good defensive plays and get good field position, but didn't work out that way.
And the referee's now speaking with Twin Cities, so it looks like that penalty is likely going against Chatham-Kent.
Objectionable conduct against the Cougars. They're going to enforce this on the kickoff. So 10-point lead here for the Predators as they're going for 2 more. And going to the corner of the end zone, and that one is a little bit too far past the outstretched hands of the receiver. So that's going to be just 6 points on the board, but a 10-point lead now for the Twin Cities Predators. Make that 26 points consecutive for the visitors, and now they're certainly in the driver's seat. Under 9 to play, 8:52 left in the clock in the 4th quarter. And the Cougars absolutely must start to get things going offensively. And they did last drive, but they just failed to get any points. That has to change.
Yeah, it certainly does. hopefully they can continue that momentum that they had in that previous drive. If you remember, it just stalled at the 6-yard line, and the Cougars had gone for it on 3rd down, but came up short. And Twin Cities offense has just caught fire since the second half and has really found its groove. Tavian Chan continues to get more and more of the workload, and that's not a bad thing if you're Twin Cities. He is an extremely talented football player, and he's certainly capable of carrying a football team with his talents.
Shanda stepped this game up as the game wore on, and also the kind of the back and forth. Henderson and Goose, they're seemingly taking turns at quarterback since the start of the second quarter, and it seems to be working out just fine for them.
It certainly has been. The rotating quarterback situation hasn't affected Twin Cities at all.
And the kickoff fielded by Chatham-Kent around their own 10-yard line. Shreve's got it and quickly wrapped up shy of the 15-yard line. So the Cougars are pinned relatively deep in their own end and 8:48 to go, but maybe they can model this drive like the last Predators drive, as they were pinned all the way back to their own 9 and scored a major. So that's something to aspire for here for the Cougars. And down by 10, not a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, this is a tough starting position here. That kick just worked out perfectly for Twin Cities. It died down right at the sideline, but didn't go out of bounds. Because, of course, had it gone out of bounds, would have been a penalty, and the Cougars would have started with the ball at the 40-yard line instead. As you mentioned, the 13-yard line.
Fake handoff to the running back, little play action fake as they dump the pass along the right-hand side. It is complete. And receiver trying to scramble for as many yards after the catch as they can as Shreve. Looks like he gets about half the yardage necessary for a first down, roughly 5, maybe 6 yards on the carry.
Still a lot of time left on the clock here. 8:05 and counting. In the fourth quarter, the Cougars likely going to have to sustain a drive here because you really don't want to give the football back to this Twin Cities offense the way that they're playing right now.
Back to pass. And off the fingertips of the receiver, nicely covered. And Anderson was intended for him. So after the 6-yard gain, 3rd down and 4 coming up now.
That's a shame, too. That ball looked like it was perhaps catchable. But Anderson just unable to squeeze it. Bit of a fastball from Kellen Evans to get it in there. And Cougars in a punting situation now. You wonder if they're just a little too close to their goal line to execute a fake punt here.
Getting the punt away, and it's past midfield. And eluding one tackle and finding a seam open along the right-hand side. A big return here for Twin Cities, still on the feet and finding the room towards the end zone. Can he get to the big house? He can. For a punt return for a touchdown. A flag comes out after he crosses the goal line. I would imagine that infraction going against the Cougars. But things really kind of going worse as this fourth quarter goes along and this football game wears on for Chatham-Kent.
Yeah, just really it was a pretty good punt and a good situation for the coverage team to get there, but number 24, Kaeli Wanch Castiglione, a couple of good moves and a couple of missed tackles, and next thing you know, he's in the house, and Twin Cities now starting to run away with this football game.
Trying to extend their lead to 17 with the point after. And that's what they do. 36-19. Make that 33 unanswered points now for the Twin Cities Predators. And not a lot of time left. 7:09 to play in this fourth quarter. As Twin Cities looking for their first victory of the season, coming in at 0-3.
And as I mentioned earlier, their game in London, I know they were extremely disappointed. Their head coach, Jim MacArthur, telling me that after that loss, I asked him, how did your team respond, losing on the final play of the game, getting stopped at the 1-yard line in London on the road? And he said they responded great. I mean, you figure they could go one of two ways: come in disappointed, not really feeling very good about themselves this past week heading into practice, but he said, you know what, they came in fired up, and it really got them invigorated. And they had a bit of a slow start here, maybe some bus legs, whatever the case may be, but boy, they've really caught fire since the second quarter and haven't looked back.
Good solid kick. Grabbed by the Cougars. They need a pretty good return here if they can get it. And this looks like almost sprung for an even larger gain there. Good job, though.
Stop by David Gill.
Eric Penny, nice return there.
He gets up as far as the 45-yard line. Looked like if he could get past one more guy, he might have been away to the races.
Yeah, certainly made a couple nice moves there in the hole, and you're right, nearly broke it. But good starting field position here for the Cougars, and trailing 36-19. They really need a quick score, and you know that Twin Cities has that in the back of their mind too. They're going to be watching for anything deep.
First and 10. Back to pass. Now quarterback scrambling. He's going to keep it himself. Can't find anybody open downfield. Gets as far as the 50, past the 50, around the 52. So a good job by Evans to scramble for maybe 7 yards himself. So a very manageable 2nd and 3 coming up near midfield.
Chatham-Kent 52-yard line, brings up 2nd down and 3.
That's the first time I think we've seen Kelton Evans scramble out of the pocket. He's not a bad runner, but has really hung in there today, trying to find his receivers.
Evans again back to pass, surveying the field, trying to go up the middle, and it's off the fingertips of Spencer Mason.
I think they're going to have to go for this here, and we've got an injured player. It looks like Twin Cities player is down.
Looks like he's popping up and will be okay. Kieli Wanchka-Stiglione. He will head off to the sidelines, but looks like he's not too badly roughed up, which is good. 6:04 to go. 3rd and 3 coming up now.
And he's got to feel better knowing that he just scored that touchdown on the punt return. That helps to ease the pain always.
A little bit. He's maybe got the clincher of this football game. Still time to go. 17-point deficit here for the Cougars. They need to work quickly here in a big 3rd down. 3 yards to go near midfield, 52-yard line. Evans looking back to pass, and a short one. It is complete towards the line of scrimmage. It is a 1st down and a whole lot more. Past the 45-yard line, and Ethan Bayless getting that short pass. And the most important thing was the yards after that catch, and he was able to get more than enough.
That was a well-executed play there. I like that. Fake the throw to the far side, then come back, turn around, and throw it to this near side. And Bayless with a couple blockers out in front of him and makes a couple nifty moves to pick up some extra yards as well, and a 1st down. And as you said, Mike, that was key. Had they not picked that up, likely this game is over, but still a chance here.
Under 5 to play. Goes backwards with the pass and unfortunately wrapped up after making the catch was Ball. And that's going to set the ball backwards about 3 yards, so 2nd and 12 or 13. Again, they go backwards to the pass, but finding Jake Anderson. He's scrambling towards the sideline on 2nd and 13. It's a good bunch of yards that he got there, shy of the first down. But you'd figure a manageable 3rd down coming up here. Looks to be about 4 yards shy of the first down. So 3rd and 4 coming up, 4:01 to play from the 36-yard line. On 3rd down, and that pass right at the toes of Jake Anderson hits the turf and falls incomplete with 3:35 to go. Turnover on down, so the football going back to Twin Cities. And Mike, looks like that might do it for this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, 17-point deficit, 3:35 to go. Not a lot of time here. Anything could happen, but the way this Twin Cities offense has been rolling, tough to see them giving up the football in a hurry.
Now you figure the Predators will certainly take their time with the football here as the clock will continue to run. Up by 17. Cougars in danger of falling to 1-3. Again, the junior varsity level here. And this would be the first victory if the Predators could hang on here. And now they fumble off of the snap.
Cougars have it.
And Chatham-Kent does get it back. So it only took one play for that football to come right back. So you never know. You never know what this crazy game has in store. But again, 3:12. You got to work quickly here if you're Chatham-Kent offensively.
Yeah, David Leclerc jumps on that football after the high snap. And it not easily corralled, hits the ground, and Leclerc jumps on it. So as you said, Mike, not a lot of time to spare here. They're going to need a quick score and a couple other breaks. But they've got their first one now.
Kelton Evans drops back, looking downfield, can't find anybody, hits close to the line of scrimmage, still has it. He's going to take it himself. And sliding onto the turf, pretty close to the line of scrimmage, so not a whole lot of gain there for the Cougars. Looks like they got about maybe 2 yards.
Brings up a 2nd down and 8 from Twin Cities 28-yard line. We're now at the 3-minute warning.
2:45, clock ticking down. 36-19 for Twin Cities. They keep it on the ground this time around, and getting the carry, Matt Hahn. Looks like it's his first carry of the football game late in this one.
Stopped by Eric Kent.
Yeah, trying to catch Twin Cities by surprise there, I think. A pretty obvious passing situation here.
Still a 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Cougars. 3rd and 4. Kelton Evans going to the air and dropped. Looks like in the end zone. Jake Anderson looked like he had it and couldn't hang on to it as he was crossing the goal line, so it is dropped and a turnover on downs yet again with 2:11 to play in the fourth quarter, and a 36-19 lead.
Yeah, that's a shame. Looked like a well-thrown ball from Kelton Evans. Looked like there was some pretty good coverage there, too, from Twin Cities. But certainly Evans giving Jake Anderson a chance to make a play there. Unfortunately, it falls incomplete.
Keeping it on the ground, running off to the left side and finding quite the hole. Now down the sideline, it's a foot race, and now looks like the running back putting some distance between him and the defense. Can he get to the end zone? It is a touchdown for Twin Cities. Going all the way down the field was Josh Giebbe. And Big 71 along with Tavian Shan. Those two running backs have done a lot of damage in this football game. And certainly that is the nail in the coffin, so to speak, for the Cougars in this game.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. And that was just all blazing speed. And we'd seen that earlier in the game from Giebbe. That was the story on him coming into this one. 71, just a blazer. And we've seen a couple plays from him where he used that speed for some pretty sizable gains. But certainly that's the longest, biggest that we've seen in this game. And boy, no doubt that one puts this one out of reach.
And now maybe a bit of problem on the snap there as they go for the single point. Now trying to get the end zone for 2, and they will instead get nothing after that 6 points. It will remain a 42-19 lead for the Twin Cities Predators over the Cougars, 1:55 remaining.
Yeah, some trouble with the hold there after the snap. So you've always got the backup built in. If there's a poor snap or whatever the case may be, you've always got a backup play so that you can go for 2, and they just couldn't execute it there, and good job by the Cougars to stop them. But 42-19, just too little too late at this point.
Line drive kick. The 15-yard line. Now a run back for the Cougars past the 35. A 20-plus yard return by Clay Shreve.
Clay Shreve on the return. Takes his way to the 36-yard line.
Here's Formosa now playing quarterback, and his throw up the middle broken up by number 30, Carlos Sanchez. So Kelton Evans doing the line share of the quarterbacking this afternoon, and Formosa getting just a couple of snaps towards the end. Now they run it, and a little seam to move here, and almost getting their first down, just tackled down before he gets first down yardage. Matt Hahn on second down just can't quite move the chains.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
No, not a bad run there from Hahn. I've seen him get the ball a couple times here in the second half. One thing that we've certainly seen from this Twin Cities squad is they just don't seem to have a lack for speed, whether it be on offense or on defense. They've done a great job with their pursuit. Good tackling team. They had some breakdowns in pass coverage earlier, but they got that cleaned up, and really been a tough sledding for the Cougars offense.
And nothing doing there for Hahn on the ground, so that will be a turnover on downs. 91 seconds remaining in this football game, a 42-19 lead for the Twin Cities Predators. Has been a beautiful weekend for football here in Chatham-Kent, just not the result that the Cougars have been looking for in the 3 games on the home turf. On the road in Forest City, good result for the Pee Wee team as they shut out the Forest City Thunderbirds. But for the Bantams, the varsity squad yesterday, and for junior varsity here this afternoon, it's been a rough weekend for the Cougars. And they run it up the middle. There's number 62. That is Edwin Capehart. He gets his first carry of the afternoon. 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, 62, not your usual number for a running back.
No.
Don't know if that was a little bit of a treat because they've got Capehart listed as an offensive lineman, so maybe rewarding Capehart for his efforts. I'm sure there's maybe been some talk at practice from Capehart, you'd wonder, telling the coach to let him carry the ball sometime.
On 2nd and 8, high snap brought down, however, and a completed pass. And more yards after the catch, which will move the chains, and he's still on his feet. Cougars can't bring him down. And Wes Labosco-Kirch, good job to stay on his feet and get the first down yardage.
And Alex Formosa in on the stop.
.44 seconds to go on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Twin Cities Predators out of Kitchener-Waterloo.
Twin Cities just taking a knee as you'd expect. Makes sense here. Enough to run out the time now.
So with this, the Twin Cities Predators will get their first victory of the season with the junior varsity class, 1-3. And that is also the record now for the junior varsity Chatham-Kent Cougars. They fall to 1-3. One more play here, and that's going to do it for this football game. And we are done. A 42-19 lead, or win, I should say, for the Twin Cities Predators. What was, if you can believe it, a 19-3 lead for the Chatham-Kent Cougars at one point early on in this football game in the early second quarter. With 39 unanswered points for Twin Cities, and they walk away with a win, and they get their first win of the 2014 season with the junior varsity class. And as mentioned, the Cougars dropping to 1-3 with that same record. Keep an eye on the different classes of the Chatham-Kent Cougars football team through the 2014 season. Again, we want to wish luck to the Pee-wees as they're getting ready for the postseason. A 5-0 record, and that's coming up very soon right here at the athletic complex for the Pee-wee class. But if you want to find out more, check out the website. It's chatham-kentcougars.com. On behalf of Mike James, Jeff Brooks on the camera, and everybody with TV Coach Go on the broadcast this season through the summertime of 2014, my name is Mike Renier. Thank you for tuning in for Chatham-Kent Cougars football with TV Coach Go.